What's up? What's up? This is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. I am your host, T. And to the very far right of me, we got my brother, my dear brother, the honorable, the incomparable Roscoe. Tell him what's up, Sco.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
And in the middle, we got the multi-talented, the extremely funny Jamal. Tell him what's up, man.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Hey, we glad to have you on today. Listen, I fancy myself as a comedian. I want to let everybody know who's watching this. We had a whole different theme we was going to go, but we're going to go right off the cuff right now. I call myself a comedian, and the mother of my child tell me, hell nah. She say I'm not that funny. I think I'm the funniest motherfucker walking around.
That's messed up.
I think you got a lot of funny moments.
No, I'm funny, bro. Like, I can think of whole skits. I don't just have funny moments. What the fuck? Who are you? Who are you? I'm just saying, though. This bland ass nigga gonna say I have funny moments. Like, he gonna try to downplay me like that?
Man, that's crazy. Your confidence, and he said you were impudent. That's crazy.
This nigga sit beside me every week.
Motherfucker, you just cocky. You alright. You ain't funny. You alright. Sherman Club. Like, damn, that's crazy.
He funny though. I get funny.
What I always find though, with most comedians is that it's all rooted in pain.
Man, at least you know. So I have to honestly tell you before we go into a whole spiel, that is an actual fact. You find most people that make others laugh, they're the ones in the most pain. That's crazy. Man, not too many people really understand that, nor do they recognize that. So you might actually be a funny motherfucker.
Yeah.
For you to know that, you must be funny.
That's actually how I deal with a lot of bad shit that go on in my life. I make jokes about it.
Make jokes about it.
Like,
you got
I ain't gonna sit around and be sad about this shit.
Yeah.
Make jokes about it. Hey, that shit happened. It is what it is.
Yeah.
As of late myself, I've been going through a rough patch, and that's kind of where I've been finding solace in comedy. You know, so I can definitely relate to that. You know, how did you get to comedy? Tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, so I'm from Atlanta. My entire life, man, I have dealt with all forms of abuse. Like, and most people say, yeah, I was abused because my mom wouldn't let me go outside. No, motherfucker, I was abused. For an example, my middle finger, I don't know if you can actually see that. At the age of 4, my uncle stuck my hand in the leaf blower, and he took it to the very back where the blades were spinning. It cut off 4 fingers, and this finger took the most damage. Either way, all forms of abuse except drug abuse. We were never around drugs, anything from child molestation, from et cetera, beaten on, starved. Like, it was just one of those situations. As I got older, I started being like a clown to mask that pain. Like, you can't sit around and have the temerity or the audacity to blame somebody if you're not going to change it yourself.
Right.
So I took all that pain and started making jokes out of it. Even being poor and homeless and whatever, people found that funny because I made it funny. I don't think they were actually laughing at me. They were more so laughing with me. I found it to work. I saw that it helped other people, you know, and I just kept going off of it. Eventually, they came up with this app called TikTok and some other stuff. I also got into music. I was homeless at the age of 15. We got evicted, and my she's now my grandma. She's not biologically inclined to me, but she came to my school and she said, "Your stuff is outside." I was like, "Oh yeah, it's whatever." Then I thought about it, like, wait, she ain't talking about my locker stuff, like my notebooks and pens and pads. She talking about my house.
Yeah.
So I ran out to school. I ran down the street just to save my Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo. They could have everything. That's all I wanted. And I still got it. Today I had the Super Nintendo since I was like 5. So I was like, man, I'm going to save my games. People laughed, you know, whatever. Joined the military 6 years later. I was homeless for about 6 years, from 15 all the way up to like 21. Joined the military, never looked back. I freaked around and got retired at the age of 25. I asked God before I joined the military. I said, God, I'm sick of this shit. But I wasn't talking as calm as I was. I was in the car screaming, crying, hollering. I said, I'm tired of this shit. Like, you gotta have something better for a nigga. Like, there's no way you giving all these, man, I hated to say it like that, but all these white folks, they're heaven here on earth, and you leaving me in hell. Fix it, or I'ma fix it. I was at my wit's end at that point, and man, being an antiquated soul, meaning old school, old fashioned, because my grandma used to take us to church and stuff. Man, I went to God 24 hours later. Man, I bullshit you now. I don't even think it was 24 hours. A recruiter called me and said, come in here and make a 31 on this ass vab. Better yet, nigga, I can give you a 32. I can fail a test. If that's what you want me to do, I can fail a test. I'm going to fail it superbly. Watch this shit in. Gave him a 32, and he said, man, with this score, I can actually...
Rosa. Look at Rosa. Rosa just been talking to us all day. Put some more tape on this.
But overall... He called me. He said, come on in. He saw the score. He said, man, I can get you in as an 88 Mike, which is a truck driver. I went overseas, went to Afghanistan after basic training, got hurt, and they gave me a retirement. I have not looked back since, and I just been laughing my entire way up.
Can you go into that no more? Though? How you get hurt?
Yeah, we keeping that shit too, where I had to tape some shit up and shit. It's pure comedy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So, man, I don't know if y'all know what an IED is. It's an improvised, it's an explosive device that they create. So they could take this microphone, hook it up with some wires, and you walk over it, it blows up. We were in the truck, and we were driving on the road, and these trucks can take up to like 700 and some odd pounds of explosive devices, and underneath is a V-cut. So if it does blow, the explosion goes like this instead of just going up and blowing you to Cimarrones or whatever the case was. So either way, we were driving, and we got hit. When we got hit, everybody in my truck got rattled around. It kind of messed up some of my insides and broke a few bones. I lived. I honestly believe that God had a plan for me. I wasn't even supposed to be on that mission. That was the first time I actually, I did something. I had to drop somebody. That was the first time, and it ruined me. Somebody told me not to go on that mission. He said, stay out of this. He said, you still hurt. You shouldn't even be out here. You can't even wear body armor. I was like, man, I'm tired of sitting in the office drawing on pieces of paper and shredding these little things. Like, I draw like little stick people, and I put the little onomatopoeias around them, like boom, pow, and they screaming. I said, man, I'm bored. So I went out being hard-headed and end up dropping somebody. In doing so, they attacked us as well, and I got hurt. After I came back, they found a tumor in my neck. They put some plugs in my stomach, put some screws in my feet. I was like, hey, I'm the first nigga at 25 that I know that's retired. After that, after they gave me my retirement, because I was homeless at the age of 15 through 21, I went back to Atlanta to help out the homeless. I do that every year on my birthday. Instead of looking for a blessing, I try to be one. Because if you're always asking for something, how can you, if you're never giving anything like to anybody else, how can you expect to get anything? So my blessings come from something totally different than the average person. Than the average material, whatever worldly possessions you can get. I got like 2 houses, going on 3. Outside of that, and I'm not bragging, it's a blessing. I came from the slum.
From nothing.
I was like, man, what's going on? And I mean, if it's yours, it's gonna be yours. Right. God got it for you, so go ahead and get it. Other than that, outside of all this nice conversation, we can get back to the immaturity.
I'm gonna ask you real quick before we switch gears. The tumor in your neck, was that related to the accident, or was it something unrelated?
No, so it was actually related to the explosion. I'm sorry. The body armor, I guess it tensed up some muscles. That muscle created a tumor to protect itself. They pulled the big one out, but it still wasn't sitting on the backbone of the neck, on the base of my neck, and it's super small. So if they were to pull it and pluck the wrong thing, it was like, you might not walk again. I said, leave that shit in there and call his name Bob.
Bob ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere. Rent free. He don't mess with me. I don't mess with him. He ain't got no cancer in him. I said, hey,
stay out my way. I stay out his way.
Man, honestly, I'll feed you when you hungry. All you got to do is let me know.
Right.
So you found comedy.
Do you?
Is it all online comedy, or do you like perform at spaces?
I actually do go to places, but most of it, the majority of it, is actually on my TikTok, which is Marquavius. It's actually pronounced Marquavius, but everybody see it as Marquavius. But it's Marquavius Smith 5 on TikTok.
Spell it for me.
MarQuavious, and then last name Smith. and then the number 5, and then you just pull me right on up.
Yeah. Make sure y'all go follow him, run this shit up.
Yeah. It's already up there.
Yeah.
You know, follow him for some good entertainment.
Yeah.
Man, look, so comedy. Like I said, I fancy myself to be a comedian. Like I am. I'm extremely talented comedian. I never got on stage or anything like that, but
how can you call yourself a comedian? You never got on stage.
Man, before I actually got on stage, I was doing comedy on TikTok and YouTube. So that doesn't mean
you call yourself a comedian, right?
Right.
All right.
Right.
Nigga.
Yeah, it's not where you go, it's what you do with what you got. Yeah. What if he ain't had no legs and he couldn't walk on stage?
Yeah.
He'd be shaking ass or something.
Yeah, he probably would. Yeah. Call himself Nubbies and put a little pole up and just slide down and crawl on.
I kill that shit too. One thing about me, I get on the pole.
Upper body strength is something else. Don't need no legs.
No, like, but I said, like, I do. I appreciate the art of comedy. I really been tapped in with comedy and just studying it though. And I just want to be, you know, I'll do one day. I'm gonna work up the nerve to get on that stage. I definitely want to get on and try something. Like I guess in the moments, what clicked in your head? Because you retired now. You can just chill if you want to. What clicked in your mind? Like, man, let me go ahead and start making these jokes and everything.
Somebody laughed at me not having a book bag. And my book bag had a hole in it. And because she laughed at it, it kind of played me to the left. Like, damn, now all these women looking. And like, what you gonna say? Man, fuck this. This is just practice. I take this book bag home and I'm practicing for your mama. Yeah. And everybody started laughing. I was like, okay. I got an audience. So, I mean, just like how y'all just did. I'm like, okay. So I kept going. Yeah. I was like, shit, if that was funny, you'd be surprised what I really go through.
Shit,
And I just started turning that into whatever. I had to stop dwelling on the past. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I had to get over some stuff, but in order to do that. But at the same rate, you can't sit there and dwell on the past. That should eat you up.
That shit is healing.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's where we got to get to a space of just healing as a people. You know, you experience something so traumatic in the beginning, you turn that shit into laughter. You turn it into laughter every day in everything you do.
Yeah.
That takes a lot. A lot of people don't get that. They don't understand that.
Absolutely.
It takes a lot to transition to that. You know, not only that, and you know what? Something else I'm learning about us comedians is that
child, please.
Something that I'm learning about us comedians is that, like, we're glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
You know, because not only did you at the age of you know, all the ages you went through all this trauma, all this thing, but you decided to go to the military.
Yeah.
You know, you decided to go to the military, and you know, not only that, you deployed, you did everything you had to do. It's more trauma, it's more things added on to that. Is it safe to say that what happened to you in that moment when you went over that IED is that it was a blessing in disguise?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, 1,000%.
1,000%.
Yeah. If I could actually redo my life, I would have to make sure I hit that IED.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that.
Yeah. That's crazy, right?
Yeah. I would take a plane just to walk over there and just tap it.
Just tap it.
Relive all that pain and everything.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Woo, that's rough right there.
Yeah. It changed my life. In fact, it opened the eyes of some of those around me. Like, hey, dang, man, we could have lost you. Because my mom, they told my mom or whatever. And she told everybody in the world. You tell her a secret, shit, you might as well go and tell the world anyway. Like, make a podcast about it because she gonna tell you shit. And they was like, damn, Jamal almost died. And they're like, yeah, he all right though. They called me because I had my phone on over there. Didn't know my bill was gonna be so high. But either way, they called me, emailed me. We talked. They're like, damn, we could have lost you. Like, man, that's crazy. I said, damn, I gotta find another ID. I need some more attention.
Shit. You run over some more shit.
Crazy. If I would have ran over that motherfucker, first thing I would have looked for if I came to. Checking my nuts and shit.
Check your
See
dick.
if I still got my dick.
Yeah, you need your dick. That's a fact.
I need that motherfucker.
That stuff like that happens for real.
Yeah, I know, bro.
Yeah,
I know.
I need my dick. Fuck
That's
a foot.
torture. I don't want to live without that motherfucker.
You can take my face off, you can take my hands, but please leave the goods. Please. I need the goods.
Yeah. Nah, man. And again, I want to make sure I say it on camera. You know, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Like, that just means a lot. Just hearing that, because we go through so much as a people. You know what I mean? You came from Atlanta. What part of Atlanta, if you don't mind me asking?
Cascade, Southwest Atlanta.
See, you come from Atlanta. You know, you had to deal with so much trauma in your youth, and now you here. You know, like you said, 2 homes working on your 3rd one. It really don't get no better than things like this. You know, think about the life that we live in. Think about us in America, you know. And I don't know y'all feelings on like the US and all of that, but think about the life that we able to live. You were able to go from this poor young boy to this, you know, successful man. I mean, that's what you are now. Yeah. Can you believe it sometimes? Do you feel like you're dreaming?
Nah, I feel like I'm still in the nightmare.
You still oh shit. Yeah. That's deep. That's deep right there. Talk to me, expound on that.
People look at the retirements and all the checks that I get regardless. Man, and not to brag, I almost make almost 100,000 just sitting still. And people look at that and like, man, you got it. Material don't mean nothing because this is all temporary. As quickly as you got it, it can disappear. So what I try to get people to understand is the reason why I use my resources to help everybody else around me is because I can't take none of this with me. The material stuff, such as the houses and the cars, it's miserable. I just got rid of a car. I'm on a motorcycle. So I went from Alabama all the way up here. Yeah, I'd rather just had a bike because all the cars and everything else, all that money I just been spending, honestly, it made me miserable.
Yeah.
When I got rid of the car, I felt so free. I was like,
burden was gone.
Yeah, and I ain't had no car, no. I just gave them the car. They said, well, we'll give you $5,000. It was a Cadillac. I said, cool. Like, works for me. I don't care. I'm going to just use it for somebody else anyways. So got rid of the car, and as I was walking away from the car lot, I was like, damn, thank you, God. Man, that shit is off my chest. And I walked home. I was like, fuck it. I'm cool. Material is shitty.
Can money make you happy? Me and Sco had this conversation all the time.
It cannot. Because the more that you get, the more that you want. And the more that you want and cannot get because of what you want, it's just going to make you upset. For an example, you want one house. You get that house and be like, you see somebody else's house and be like, dang, I want a house that big. Then you get a house that big. And then you see somebody else's house that big. And you're like, man, I want another house. I want one that big. And it just never ends. Lust doesn't mean just a sexual thrive for... It's not contrived through just sex. It's wants that you really don't even need. People. That's it. That's it. People. Just greedy for no reason.
Yeah, for nothing.
So you think...
No, go ahead. You got it.
So you think the more that you have just make you way more greedy?
It makes me depressed. Yeah. My mom is still homeless. And that's crazy because she lives in Atlanta and I told her I would never move back to Atlanta. I said, man, you can come stay here. You can come stay there. But I'm not moving to Atlanta. And she seems more free without a house than I am with a house. I was like, damn, maybe I should just fuck my credit up and just live in my car. But I ain't got no car, so I was like, damn, I can live on the bike, but shit, I ain't gonna have nowhere to sleep in the bike. Ain't got no heat, no air, so.
Yeah, and we always talk, me and Scott, we always had a conversation that, I guess, what about when you don't have that personality, that personality trait, that gluttonous, view of things? You just want the things. I view money as something to buy my time back with, something to allow me to be with my son now. I can live in this and be good and just in this apartment, in this space, and be good as long as everything is paid and I got everything, all my resources. Right. What about when you don't have that? In that sense, does it not buy you that happiness in that moment?
It buys you comfortability. Okay. Doesn't mean you're happy. You're just comfortable. If I put you in a tub full of warm water and your muscles are hurting, well, that warm water relaxes. It relaxes, I guess, the muscles. And in that time period, you're just relaxed. Don't mean you happy, because tomorrow your ass still got to get up and go work for somebody, and your body is gonna tense back up. You just in that moment, you're relaxed. Money don't buy you happiness, and happiness is a thing of the mind. It's not a thing of
perspective.
That way. Yeah, it's not given to you through material. If that is what it is, I don't know anybody's religious beliefs, but some of the 10 commandments make sense. Have no other gods before me. If you're going to worship your coffee table or your TV or whatever you got going on as a material, then you're already lost. Yeah. What's going to happen when you die? You're going to leave all that shit for me to play with. Yeah. Because when you die, I'm taking your TV. That's good TV.
What if you could take that shit with you? We just don't know it.
Like, we just don't know.
We just don't know. Like, it's your TV got a spirit. It just come with you.
Man.
In your mind.
Oh, yeah, it's out in your mind.
Like, it's follow you with your conscience.
The conscience, yeah, man.
Maybe so.
That'll be crazy.
Maybe not.
I want to hit on happiness a little bit.
Do you?
Like, yeah.
What type of happiness? I provide you with happiness all the time.
Here we go. It's some borderline gay shit.
It's not gay. You said that.
But I think it's like it comes from like what I think happiness will be for me one day when I'm comfortable with everything about me. Like I'm not having like those silly thoughts about myself no more, those negative thoughts about myself.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the money, I feel like money will give me the opportunity to be like a sole provider for my family. And that will make me happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
That's what I'm trying to reach. When I'm able to be a sole provider for everybody around me,
Yeah.
That'll make me extremely happy.
Man, that's deep.
What about the people with in this instance, if you use this example, the people who may be around you that are gluttonous, they want more and they pull from you and they pull from you. Won't then in turn it'll upset you maybe? No?
Yeah, I think it will upset me definitely. But that's when we set those boundaries. Like,
Facts.
hey, no means no. Like what they gonna do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Steal your TV. Motherfuckers can do that.
Bro, I already got that.
I already claimed that.
That's mine. Can't wait,
That's
nigga.
what they can do. I mean, motherfuckers can make your life difficult, man. I thought about it. I was just like, I've been so close at points in my life to just being a recluse, just removing myself from all of this.
Wow.
Because it's just like, it's really what we have. This is the pool of people that we have. This shit pissy as hell. This pool of people that we
Everybody
have is
pissing in the
pissy
pool.
as hell.
Yeah.
Like, it's all bad, and I guess you can have that thought, be pessimistic, or you can just look at the good in things. It's all a lesson. It's all of this,
Right.
Because y'all look at my situation, then I look at somebody like your situation. They say comparison is the thief of joy, but sometimes comparison can be the thing that leads you to enlightenment. If you think about it in perspective, put it all in perspective. Like, you look at certain people's situation, you compare. It's like, all right, well, what I've been through isn't that bad though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I I'm thankful for the lessons I've learned. So you can start putting it all into context like that, of course, too. For sure.
True. Yeah.
For sure.
That makes sense.
It's something simple. You can see somebody like just in shape.
Yeah.
And you be like, damn, I like that they like that. I need to get on my
That's
shit.
what you do.
Here we go.
You online looking at six packs. Motherfuckers be projecting on this podcast. He just be projecting on this podcast. You looking at six packs online?
No, I don't.
I seen you explore. You want me to say this?
I don't go search up six packs. If you
They just on
strolling.
your explore page. You like them and shit from
If
time
you
to time.
strolling, you see the shit. You be like, ah, shit, bro, look nice. You know what I'm saying? Dude, so gay, bro.
Nah, you say that. You the one just said men look nice. Am I making this up?
The
Like,
subscriber you have called cannot be reached. Please hang up and dial your number again.
we got you in 4K. We just talked about it on the last episode. Shit, Scope being an advocate ass eater. Now he got me thinking all different. We didn't really touch heavy on that shit with Chris Brown either. That post on your wall.
Bro, I did not have
You
no
had a
post
poster
on
of Chris
my
Brown
wall.
on your wall, bro.
If you came to my room, first off, you would have seen like NFL players and shit like that.
I didn't. I seen none of that. I seen a poster of
You
Chris
didn't see
Brown.
no
He was
poster of
like
Chris
this
Brown.
with his shirt off, rubbing his six pack, bro. Come
I
on.
never seen him on a poster like that.
I can pull it up. I do the
Dude
edits.
be making up shit. If you gonna look at the podcast, bro, you can come over shit out his ass.
No, I don't.
Bro.
That's not true. That's
Like,
not
this
true.
shit is crazy. I
That's
feel
not
like a black man in 1940s in a room full of white women just getting lied on.
I'm the white woman.
You the white woman just lied on me for no reason.
What was the lady name that with Emmett Till? What her name?
Carolyn Bryant.
Okay, I got false information. I don't even want to bring this up now.
Somebody lied.
Yeah, then I
That's why
believe the
niggas
shit.
gotta read.
I believe niggas. I should have just Googled. We got Google.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't Google
She
that
took
shit.
somebody's word.
I was, all right, for real. Yeah.
You know, she wrote a book.
She wrote a book.
She wrote a book, and she actually confesses that everything was a lie. I think the only issue I had with that was the FBI put this lady in hiding because she was an accessory to murder. Second problem I had, she waited until Emmett Till's mom was dead, and that was the early 2000s. Final problem that I have, it still shows that America don't give not a single fuck about
Not one.
any of us. And I was like, I am really hurt. I began to read the book, and as I got halfway through it, and it's a big book, it's pretty thick, but as I got halfway through it, I couldn't read it no more.
What did she even talk about?
She talked about what he actually did, how he actually was, the motivation behind it, why she did it, because her husband was like, oh, so you're gonna protect this nigga. And she was just like, well, yeah, he did this and he did that. She was kind of coerced into saying some stuff, but at the same rate, she still had her hand on it. Like, she could have stopped it or she could have motivated it, and she motivated it. She never apologizes in this book.
Never.
She never says, I'm sorry. She's more so, I guess, remorseful for hurting his mom's feelings. She wasn't sorry that she killed that little boy.
Yeah. What was her name again?
Carolyn Bryant.
Carolyn.
Yeah.
I thought.
So what exactly did he say to her?
So Emmett Till, he had a stuttering problem. His mom taught him to whistle to get his words together. So when he was talking, he did, say, hey, how you doing or whatever. He smiled at her. He didn't whistle. The whistle that she said he whistled was a dog whistle. Like, ooh, like, girl, you look good. It wasn't that. He was probably just talking.
Trying to talk, yeah.
And he whistles when he talked a little bit. At the end, they kidnapped him, and we know the rest of the story, but she lied. And FBI did not charge her with anything.
There's so many instances like that with us, though, in American history.
I believe it will stop. It will come to a cease when somebody hits back. They kidnapped us from a land we call Africa, and there was a name before Africa, but we're going to use Africa as that name. They kidnapped us from that. They brought us over here and gave us a religion. They told you that Jesus turned the other cheek, and they also told you that he hung on a cross. But the image that they give you is a white man. What cracker do you know hung for no shit that he has ever done? If he was a savior, I'm not saying Jesus was not the savior, but that white guy that they depict, his little skinny ass did not carry no damn tree up a damn mountain to hang for no niggas. He didn't do that. Not the one that they're showing you. So, I'm not saying anybody's religion is wrong. I'm not saying religion is wrong at all. God did not create religion in the beginning. In the beginning, it was heaven, there was earth, that was it. It was man, water, fish, whatever the hell you want to put in that picture. But it was never that. They said, damn, this white dude turned the other cheek. So should you. We gonna whip your little ass. You ain't no little dude. Now I'm little. So they probably would have had to kill me because I got a smart mouth. Like, they whipped your ass, told you to turn the other cheek and keep working for your master. You whoop his ass and he ain't turning his other cheek. So,
and they tell you to honor that master as well.
Right. So ain't that some shit?
Wow, bro.
Ain't that some shit?
Them motherfuckers did a good job. I'm gonna tell you. I say this all the time. Me and Roscoe said, them motherfuckers, hey, they next level. Yeah. Because even I was watching something just the other day, and I hate to take this direction, but I have to. Like, I was watching something the other day on a podcast, and it was with two guys, and they were having a discussion, and one said, we out here, we killing each other, and it's all because of the white man and blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, we not blaming no fucking white man. That's what the other black guy said. We not blaming no fucking white man. We got to take accountability. All right. I agree with both sides of that. We do have to take accountability for the things that we do to each other, especially in today's time. Absolutely. Because we have the information, right? Yeah, absolutely. But also, it is they fucking fault. Yeah. And we can we can take it so many different ways if you want to. We can say that we can even just take it back a couple years ago, a couple decades. Redlining, where they put us in a situation where we was in impoverished areas, these food deserts and shit like that, where we was in these areas and we had to fight for resources.
Gave all the white people the home loan.
Exactly. We had to fight for these fucking resources, and because we had to, and with no fucking white people around us to fight, we had to fight each other for these resources, for this money, for this food, for these jobs, for whatever the case may be. And in turn, this generation kills this group of people, and they band together. They create what they call gangs or organizations. We band together, and these two groups fight these two groups, and it leads to a whole generation of killing, a couple generations. It all started with them putting us in these bullshit areas and not allowing us the same access as they gave our white counterparts.
I agree. I agree.
Y'all preaching.
We can talk about it, bro.
We can.
But so many of our brothers be uneducated about the shit.
Yeah. And even when you look at, because you said gangs, and I'm going to take two routes. First off, I'm going to address the gang thing. Bloods, what color?
Red.
Crips, what color?
Blue.
KKK, what color?
White.
What color is your flag?
Red, white, and blue.
That's some shit.
That's some shit.
That's some shit.
That is some shit.
Second thing, most of us are we grew up without our fathers. A lot of us do. But if you take that back, you have to go in the time of slavery when they had breeding for men and women. They had farms like cattle. There would be a man, there would be a woman. Most of the time, this one man would go around and smash women. He would be exhausted. And, once we're exhausted, but they kept making him go. Mm-hmm. They would have babies. They would take the babies and go sell these babies, just like cattle. The man would separate himself from the woman because he didn't want to be emotionally damaged. Mm-hmm. That was an actual thing. Now, granted, what we do now sometimes is not that, but
that shit embedded.
That's where it started. Mm-hmm. And over time, it started to collect different ideals and ideas. Once you take a wet sponge and you take it and wipe it across the floor, you get collections of dirt. Just like an idea, it's like a sponge. You take it and wipe it across the floor, you get multiple microscopic things of just dirt and different ideas. So they got different concepts. Like, it may have started out as one thing, but at the end, it ended off as something else. But we grew up without fathers because of a trend, of a cycle that started years and years ago, like 200 years ago, 300 years ago.
Yeah. And you know what's even more crazy? We got to a space, and a lot of people don't talk about this. We got it right up here, Black Wall Street. We got to a place to where we began to get back. But even post slavery, 12 years post slavery, we had amassed so much money. I think it was through the Freeman Bank. That's why they call it Freeman Bank. Like, we had amassed so much money, and these motherfuckers just basically robbed us of all our goods. But besides that, never mind that. We fast forward, years and years later to a space to where Black Wall Street, we getting it back again. All right, we recovering, we getting everything back. We doing our thing, and the family becomes, the nuclear family, I think is what it's called. It becomes a thing in the black community. Mm-hmm. You got the mom and the dad. We getting back to that because one thing about us, we resilient, we strong.
Right.
You give us nothing, we turn it into something.
Yeah.
We get back straight. The man and the woman is in the house, and all these things happen. Two significant things happen around them times. The introduction, and we can even go as far as, this one that long ago. We can go 80s, 70s. Introduction of crack cocaine. That's one that was a big one for us. But also, it's a couple of them, but the things that stick out the most to me is introduction to crack cocaine and welfare. Welfare made it to where this woman can be rewarded for not having a man in the home, in a sense.
Yeah.
Granted, it helped some for niggas. They play, and I say niggas purposely.
Yeah,
niggas, they bullshit and they lead the kids and they all that not good ass, all that shit. We know that story,
right?
But what happened to the woman who, all right, he worked, but he not making that much money like that? Hell, I could just go get on welfare, get this nice house, and blah blah blah, and he can get
live for free
and live for free. It created that mindset. So those two things are very significant in us, and I'm just curious, to what's going to be the next thing for us. What's next? Because they broke us down. The crack cocaine. Yeah. Now it's bad to smoke crack. You smoking crack nowadays? Like, nah. We ain't dealing with it. We back. We here. We back to that place where we want financial gain. We in that space now.
Yeah.
What happens moving forward? What? Because we got the Black Wall Street. They bombed us. They get all that shit.
Yeah.
What happened? And then they did this and introduced crack. What happens next? What are these motherfuckers gonna do next?
Man.
It's crazy to think about.
I don't think they got to do nothing. I think they got the perfect system.
What's that?
Niggas just getting locked up every day still.
Well, even outside of that, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead, brother.
Willie Lynch, he came up with this diabolical scheme to trick us into hating each other. He said, put the light skin into the house, put the dark skin outside. the dark skin will look on the outside looking in, not knowing we going through the same shit. Slavery is slavery, regardless. Everybody getting their ass whooped. But you looking in there and like, man, he in the air condition. I'm out here picking cotton. And they looking out there like, well, damn, at least they outside and they get fresh air. We in the house. So now they jealous of each other and they kicking each other ass. And it's like, man, I hate you because you in there. We hate you because you out there. Willie Lynch said his plan, it's a whole plan. He said it will last for 200 years plus. 200 years plus, we still out here kicking each other ass. And doing it. It'll stop when we recognize exactly what they have done and what they're doing. Yeah. Protesting and marching is great. I like the idea. I don't like where they're starting. If you want to protest some shit, can't be in the street saying, give us free. That ain't gonna work. Yeah. You gotta attack that shit in the schools, because after you get finished outside saying give us free, you going to school tomorrow and you gonna learn that whitewash bullshit. They're embedding the shit into our children, and then they grow up to be us, and the shit is still in our heads. Like, okay, for instance, Jesus, like we think he's this white guy. Well, most of us know that ain't true, but at the same rate, they're putting it into their heads. School is designed for you to live in a society where you're almost controlled. Like, separate myself from the working person. We go to school, we raise our hand to talk. We walk in the line to go to lunch. Can I go to the bathroom? Can I do this? Can I do that? Sit down, sir. Sit down, ma'am. Do you wanna? When you go to jail, they do the same shit.
Yeah. Time for lunch, time for this. Even with the children in kindergarten, it's nighttime, lights out type shit. Nap time, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just want to go back to something. A lot of people don't know, and it's a lot of realness to the Willie Lynch thing. A lot of people don't understand that. I think that was, and the Willie Lynch, the whole book, everything. Don't you know? I had read or seen that that wasn't even an actual person.
Damn.
Like, that wasn't even an actual person. Willie Lynch wasn't a person or something to that effect. And I would need Keenan to Google. That's what I'm trying to give him a sign right now to Google. Yeah. You know, he not really doing that right now. But Willie Lynch, I don't think he was actually a real person. I think but the systems and the ideas of that is a actual thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And like, I guess going back to what I was saying earlier, will we self-destruct? Is that essentially what you were saying? Like, our next step of us is destruction of ourselves?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that where we're going to next? Through colorism and all of that? Like, how will it happen?
I'm not sure, but I believe we would actually destroy ourselves. I mean,
we're already doing it, right?
Yeah. Like, and it's just gonna get worse over time. I believe we're one of the strongest beings on planet Earth. If you look at Earth is brown. Everything from the Earth, like a tree, is brown. Everything is like us. We like the strongest things walking. And if they can psychologically fool us to destroy ourselves, it'll just be them left.
We're already doing it.
Yeah.
Y'all don't think we're getting better though?
No.
You think we're getting worse?
Nope. I don't think we're getting better, because it would have been, bro. It would have been like blasphemy. It would have been ridiculous back in the day, you know. And when I say back in the day, we can go 40 years ago. It would have been crazy, you know, for a black man or artist to brag about killing another black man.
Yeah.
It would have been crazy. And what is the thing that drive us for the most part? Is media, music, specifically music.
Yeah.
That shit all in our music.
Yeah.
Headshot, dead ops.
Right.
Your ops, it's all of us in here the same way. Thick lips, thick tongue, you know. My nose ain't that big. I got that Caucasian nose. I won't lie. You know, I want
That's a shame.
No.
That's a shame.
Yes, it is. You know, I want the big nostrils,
I'm
bro.
sorry, brother, but we are the only ones in this room that are full Negroes.
Motherfucker. But like I think we getting worse, you know. And I don't knock people for getting their money the way they get their money or whatever. That's your business. But damn,
yeah,
you would never have a Jewish Jewish Hasidic Jew saying something in regards to just whatever other type of Jew saying this is op, he gonna do this to him, regardless of if they don't like each other. But you never have that.
And it's just so easy for us to do something to one another.
Yeah.
Like, the baby springing on old boy.
Yeah, he just hit his partner. Just
they couldn't talk about it.
No,
we couldn't sit down and talk,
bro. It's just a disagreement.
We got to be so aggressive with each other.
Just a disagreement.
Yeah.
And I think we are. I don't think we better. I don't think we better. I think I think in some ways it's nuances. It's nuances the shit.
Yeah.
In some ways we better. In some ways we not.
We done took some steps back.
Right.
Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. Come on, player.
Yeah, that set us back.
I won't say that. I won't give that. I won't give that because we can't give a moment.
Right.
Just one moment amongst elites. Because let's be honest, and in the sense of financial elites, we can't give them that much power over our community.
Right.
We can't give them that, but it didn't set us back. But it's just like it's the movie. It shows. Yeah, we ain't there yet.
Right.
Will we ever get there? I don't fucking know. These white people did such a great job.
They did.
I got to give them motherfuckers some hand claps.
And they still got most people on strings, and the monkey just turning, and they just sitting there clapping and doing what the dude is telling you to do. So I think we will get better. Honestly, there has been major changes in society that has improved. But you are right. We are still on a setback.
Yeah.
Until we learn how to stop killing each other, like robbing each other, just because you got a nice car. Hey, give me your car. That doesn't even make sense. You ain't gonna be able to put gas in it. It's empty, nigga. If you gotta rob me for the car, clearly you can't afford it. Like, you can have it, but I don't know how long you gonna enjoy it, player. This car is expensive. Like, insurance will get me the same car tomorrow if you don't kill me.
Right.
Like, but you can have the car though. It's just a car. You can get skates to do the same shit. A roll on wheels. That's all you get in a machine. Like, come on, man.
What if they thinking like that though? Like, he looking at you like, this nigga might have insurance. I can just take this ain't gonna hurt. I'm gonna take this car. He'll be all right tomorrow. He get a new car.
I sure will. Enjoy your car. Has nothing to do with me.
Yeah. But nah, things will get better. I think too. I want to be optimistic about that. I don't want to be
I'm always optimistic. I always think we'll do better. We'll get better.
Yeah. Maybe so. Listen, comedy. Let's go. How I feel to be up here with two comedians right now. You don't have to answer that, player. I don't even want your opinion. I don't even want your opinion now. Think about it.
Who has 263,000 followers on TikTok? That comedian?
Okay, I'm just a beginner. I'm just getting started. I just started. How long you been doing comedy?
For some years.
Come on, Sco. I just started.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be your biggest fan, bro.
You already are. You know what you told me the other day on the phone.
Oh, here we go. Here go a quick one. He good with it too, boy.
You know what I'm saying?
He thought of it once he asked me the question about how you feel about being up here with two comedians. Yeah, I know how he thought of it as soon as he said that was triggering his brain. I know how his brain works.
Yeah, you know.
Just in case you say no. I got something for you.
You gotta have contingencies, man. This shit important. You gotta have contingency in this life shit.
Absolutely.
Listen, we appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.
Sure, we appreciate you coming on. You gave us a lot of game. You gave us a lot of information. Willie Lynch was a real person. I don't know if I meant to actually say the book, the writings of him. Was that a real thing? It's a documentary I read. I told you I believe shit sometimes that's not true.
Yeah, it's cool.
We all do.
Yeah. Well,
if you sound convincing, I'm gonna be honest. If it's a Caucasian voice, I might listen.
You know, cheese came from the moon, and I can guarantee you that, Sam. Take it to the bank. Damn, for real. Cheese came from the moon.
I'm spreading the word. Hell yeah. Them motherfuckers got us.
Man, they do.
Stronger brother as I am. I believe everything they say.
Can I get a number one with moon cheese, please? Thank you.
But no, really though, we appreciate you for coming on. It was an honor and a privilege to have you come on. A lot of laughs, a lot of seriousness. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate the invite on here, man. What you guys are doing is amazing, and I'm glad that I'm actually a part of this. Like, you got to send me the link to this.
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. Listen again. Thank you for coming on. This is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real. Raw. Authentic conversation. Until next time.